Okay, hello everybody. In this class, we're going to revise the vowels and the consonants. This is your first activity. These are minimal pairs, and you have to decide which phonemes are the ones that distinguish the pair words and which graphemes, that is to say, which letters represent these sounds in these particular words. For example, have a look at the first one. You have the word sigh and the word phi. So the difference is here at the beginning. The s in sigh and the th in phi. So the phonemes that correspond to this are the s sound for sigh and the th sound for phi. So you put the symbols of the phonemes in the column that says phonemes. And in the column that says graphemes, you put the letters, the S in the case of sigh and the TH in the case of thigh. Now you do the same thing with all the rest of the pairs of words. If you need, you can look up the words in the dictionary to see the transcription. Pause the video for a moment to do the activity, and then you play it again and I will give you the key for you to check your work. Pause the video now. Okay, here is now the key of your activity for you to check your work. Pause the video and check what you have done. Then play it again to see another activity. In this activity, you have to choose which is the odd man out, which is the sound, the phoneme that differs from the others on one distinctive feature. For example, have a look at the first line. You have the f, the s, the k, and the h, the h sound. Which is the only difference? Which is the one that is different from the others? Let's analyze, for example, the case of the voice. We see that all of them are voiceless, so there's no one standing out here as regards voice. Let's see the place of articulation. You have the f, labiodental, the s, alveolar, the k, velar, and the h, glottal. They are all different, so this is not it. Let's see the manner of articulation. The f is fricative, the s is fricative, the h, the glottal, is fricative, but the k is plosive. So there you have your difference. The one that is different is the k because it is a plosive. This one is the different one because it is a plosive instead of a fricative. Now you do the others. When you finish, you go again with the video. Here is the key for you to check what you have done. In line number 3, you have two possibilities and the two have been explained. Pause the video if you need to check your work. Then play it again and we go on with another activity. In this activity, you have to identify all the diphthongs in this text and you classify them according to the categories of diphthongs in RP. For example, the first diphthong that appears is in the word climbed. Here. So this letter I is the diphthong I. How do we classify the diphthong I? Well, according to the direction of the tongue, this is a closing diphthong. And according to the distance covered by the tongue, this is a wide diphthong. The position of the lips is unrounded throughout. So this is what you have to do. Find all the diphthongs that you can in this text, in all the words, and classify them according to these three features. Pause the video, do the activity, and then I'll give you the key. Here is the key now. These are all the diphthongs that you can find in the words. We have already spoken about the diphthong I in climbed. In the word stairs, you have diphthong air. This diphthong is centering and narrow. The position of the lips is unrounded throughout. The next one is the one that appears in the word no. This is diphthong O. This is a closing diphthong. It is narrow. The position of the lips is unrounded at the beginning, rounded at the end. The next diphthong is diphthong I in cry, that we have already seen in climbed. The next diphthong is the diphthong O in open, that we have already analyzed in no. We find the same diphthong again in window. Then we have diphthong I again in tried, and diphthong air in there, which we have already analyzed. The same diphthong appears in pear, diphthong air. In yellow, you have diphthong O that we have already seen. In eyes, you have diphthong I again. Then you have diphthong O in window. Then we have diphthong A in they. This is a new one. Diphthong A is closing. It is narrow. And the position of the lips is unrounded throughout. Then you have the word no again, they again, say, yes, all diphthongs that we have already seen. 9 with diphthong I, lives with diphthong I, so with diphthong O, shout, diphthong ow. This is a new one. Diphthong ow is closing and it's wide. The position of the lips is unrounded throughout. Then you have go, diphthong O, away, diphthong A, find, diphthong I, out, diphthong ow, the same as in shout, old, diphthong O, and house, diphthong ow. Let's see another activity. In this activity, you have to transcribe the underlined words. You also have to indicate if the strong or the weak form has been used and explain why. Why is the strong form used in that case, or why is the weak form used in that case? Pause the video, do the activity, and then play it again to see the key. Here is the key for you. Pause the video if you need to check your work. Let's see now another activity. This is an activity about consonants. You need to identify all the voiced consonants, only the voiced ones, in this sentence, and you have to give their distinctive features. The first voiced consonant that appears in the text is the one in there, the th, which is the voiced dental fricative. Now analyze the rest of the words and write down the symbols and the characteristics of each of these voiced consonants. Pause the video to do the activity and then play it again to see the key. Now this is the key to the previous activity. Pause the video to check your work. In this next activity, I give you the description, I give you the features, and you give me the symbol that corresponds to those features, to that name of those consonants. So pause the video to complete it and then play it again to see the key. And here is the key to your work. Pause the video if you need to check it. This is our last activity. Transcribe this short text and mark the allophones that we worked on last year. Pause the video, take your time, use the dictionary, and then when you're done with it, you can play the video on and I will give you the key for you to check. Here is the key of the transcription with all the allophones marked. Okay, that's all for today's class. I will see you in another video. Goodbye to everyone.